Hello YouTube, I'm Darkest Admin 101 and my accommodations are a little bit fucked at the moment. We're going through a sort of process where we're moving around the rooms. So I can't record where I usually record, and I probably won't be able to in the future, so don't expect to see the attic anymore. But while I'm currently between rooms, I figured I might as well do a review of God of War Ascension. A rapid fire review, because God of War Ascension is shorter compared to the rest of the God of War franchise. So I know some of you were expecting a full-blown review, but I couldn't find anything. I couldn't write a decent review, so this is a rapid fire review for God of War Ascension. I know some of you have been asking for it. Here you are. God of War Ascension.
Ares, destroy my enemies, and my life is yours!
The prequel to the God of War series being set before God of War and Chains of Olympus, the game looks just as beautiful as God of War 3, in fact more so. The gameplay is as tight as ever, the acting is just as incredible as it has ever been. The story is actually better thought out than God of War 3 and actually makes sense in the rest of the story of God of War series. The only problem being it's kind of short. Also considering that this is a prequel to God of War, it's also on a much smaller scale than the previous God of War games. What really stands out from the other games is Kratos himself. Yes, he's still a badass. Yes, he still kills a hell of a lot of people. But at the same time, he actually appears weak, vulnerable, afraid of his own madness. Not only this, but he seems to be a much more human person than he ever was before, leading to some actual sympathetic moments from the guy. For a series has built up its hero to be the embodiment of fuck off and die, this was actually handled pretty brilliantly. Now the story is told out of order like in Man of Steel, but in this case it's actually handled rather well, and not like a sledgehammer to the face. Either way, I'm going to tell a story in chronological order rather than the order of play. The main story is that Kratos, after killing his family, teeters on the brink of madness when a visage named Orcos sends him to seek the Oracle of Delphi so that he may learn of a way to truly break his bonds with Ares. At the same time, however, the three Furies, the Great Oath Keepers, hunt him for his attempt to break the bonds of Ares. Kratos reaches the Oracle just before she dies, of course, and she reveals that Ares planned on overthrowing Zeus by using the perfect warrior, and that Orcos is the son of the War God and the Furies. In order to beat back his madness, Kratos is sent after the Eyes of Truth, but is captured by the Furies before he can do so. He wakes up in a prison before his accidental release at the hands of one of the Furies, and he races around the prison to kill her. Kratos then heads after the two remaining sisters and kills them as well, leading to a fairly impressive final boss. Not as impressive as the Colossus from God of War 2, but definitely better than the Hydra. Kratos then returns home to where he finds Orcos. The Oathkeeper tells Kratos that as long as he is alive, he keeps his bond with Ares true and begs for Kratos to kill him, perhaps the most touching moments in the God of War franchise. But it doesn't end there. Leading up to God of War Ascension's release, Santa Monica seemed to want to push the game's multiplayer mode rather than its single player campaign. The multiplayer mode is just as chaotic and fun as you'd expect with God of War Online, with many maps returning from famous God of War scenes and even creating some new ones with things that kill each other with. The customization options are varied and you can create 4 different and unique characters, each one with loyalties attached to one of Zeus, Poseidon, Hades and Ares. It's a pretty fun multiplayer, even if it makes you want to throw your controller away. And that's my rapid fire review of God of War Ascension. And as a whole, I think it deserves a respectful dart rating of 85.
Break an oath with a god. Of all the minds in question, mine is not the one to worry about.
The story is great, the multiplayer is hilarious, and it's a solid prequel to the God of War series. It was good to see the franchise is still living strong after we thought that it was over, and it's nice to see the human side of Kratos get a little bit more attention. As always, Darkest Admin 101, thanks for watching. Good night.